point. We really need to quit.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is,
this is
getting really bad.
I want to have a baby. Like, what are we going to do?
Are you expecting?
No. You?
Well, thank God. You know how dangerous that is if you smoke when you're expecting.
Is this you? Have you, a family member, or a friend ever wanted to quit smoking but didn't know what to do? Do you feel that you can't move forward because the damage is already done? Well, consider this a new beginning. The fact that you're watching this DVD shows that you're ready to move forward and start a new life for yourself. In just a few moments, you'll be taken to a DVD menu screen. The menu will provide you with the various topics that we'll be covering throughout this video. You can watch the video from beginning to end or skip to the content that interests you the most through the DVD menu screen. Here's a few helpful tips for navigating your video. That's me, and I'm your host, Megan. I'll be leading you through the various topics we'll be covering. Quick Tips is a feature you'll be seeing throughout our DVD to give you helpful hints to quit smoking. Also throughout the video, we'll be hearing from Katie, Jennifer, and Gillian, 3 registered nurses. So click on a subtitle and let's get started. Smoking affects everyone around you, your family, your friends, and even children. Smoking affects everyone, you and those around you. Primary prevention is the main goal with smoking. Education from a very young age is key. Education is also a way to get people to quit. Nicotine is a very powerful addiction. For some, nicotine can be as addictive as heroin or cocaine. Quitting is very hard to do, and many individuals have to attempt 2 to 3 times before being successful. Becoming a non-smoker is a process that involves understanding how you develop the habit in the first place. By understanding your trigger, you can make becoming a non-smoker happen. Some individuals smoke for relaxation, pleasure, tension reduction, stimulation, and from habit and craving. But break loose from that habit that controls you every day. The process that helps you quit smoking helps control the physical craving while you figure out the trigger.
Hey, did you know that 440,000 people die a year from smoking-related deaths in America? Yeah. And more than 12 million have died from smoking in the past 40 years since the Surgeon General has come out with their warnings.
There's so many health risks too. I mean, lung cancer, heart disease, asthma. I mean, there's just emphysema, COPD.
The list goes on and on, really.
It's a horrible habit. I should really quit.
You really should.
You know how I can start?
Yeah, if you need any help, there's so many resources. Any hospitals, you talk to the doctor.
Think about it. Thank you. I should. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Knowledge is key, and knowing the facts about smoking will provide you with a foundation before you quit. Now let's get the facts right about smoking. Tobacco and smoking actually kills more Americans in 1 year than alcohol, cocaine, crack, heroin, homicide, suicide, car accidents, fire, and AIDS, all combined into one. It can also cause lung cancer, cancer of the lips, mouth, cancer of the throat, cancer of the larynx, cancer of the bladder, cancer of the pancreas, cancer of the stomach, cancer of the kidneys, cancer of the cervix, heart disease, emphysema, and chronic bronchitis. It is important to realize that nicotine does not cause cancer, but the inhalant of the dirty toxins can cause the cancer. You can see here how simply, with mortality in the U.S., how much smoking has affected our population. 434,000 people is the mortality rate from active smoking. A lower 55,000 from passive smoking as compared to 49,000 in car accidents. Smoking can do so many things to the body. There's nothing good that can come from smoking for the health of your body. Everything that comes from smoking is generally bad. Increasing your free fatty acids, increasing your cholesterol, lowering your HDL, and raising your LDL. It's never something good, and it's always something bad. It's important to get this through your mind and think about it when you smoke. When you smoke, you cause mainstream smoke, which is inhaled into the smoker's lungs, and side stream smoke, which is into the air between puffs of the cigarette. It's important to realize that those puffs that are going into the air is affecting those around you, including children. It's actually found that the side stream smoke that goes into the air has a higher concentration of toxic substances because of the lack of the filtering system as opposed to mainstream smoke that goes through the filter of the cigarette. Burning cigarettes create a mainstream smoke and a side stream smoke. Even without others smoking, non-smokers and children are exposed to these toxins because of your smoking habit. What is it that makes you smoke in the first place? The main reason that you become addicted to smoking is because you are addicted to nicotine. Over the years, the longer you smoke, the stronger the urge, the more stressful it is, and the harder it is to quit. The nicotine levels in your blood drop quickly. In 20 to 30 more minutes, you may want to smoke again. This can be very frustrating when trying to quit. Every puff delivers nicotine to your brain within seconds. It's a very quick process. When you are stressed out or craving a cigarette, you smoke. The puff of the cigarette delivers nicotine to the brain within seconds. The nicotine speeds up your system. It does not slow it down. The relaxed feeling you feel is from the nicotine, and the relief from withdrawal.
Yeah,
I think if we do it together, it'll be so much easier.
so much easier.
So what's the date?
How about a month from today?
Okay.
A great tip to help you be successful at quitting smoking is to have a smoking buddy. Together you can work as a team and have constant support and encouragement.
As an RN, it's amazing to see how many actual, even nurses and just in the population of the community who smoke. And an example of, the effects on the population being a non-smoker is going to school and seeing every single student smoking on campus. And it's just upsetting to see, especially at young ages, everybody who's around you smoking, and as you're walking through campus, all you breathe is secondhand smoke. And that affects me as well as everyone else who's a non-smoker. And it's a problem, and we need to fix that.
We've heard about what smoking does to you, but what does smoking do to those around you? Those around you that are not smoking are involuntarily taking in the smoke and inhaling the dirty toxins that you're inhaling also. Secondhand smoke affects everyone around you. Even if you don't smoke, your body is exposed to secondhand smoke on a regular basis. And if that is the case, your body will absorb nicotine and other harmful substances just as if you are smoking. The longer you are around secondhand smoke, the greater the level of harmful substances in your body. As a result, you may have an increased risk of developing smoking-related disorders, including lung cancer, heart disease, emphysema, and eye and nasal irritation, and asthma. Anyone around individuals who smoke are at risk. However, service industry workers, pregnant women, infants, and children are extremely susceptible to the harmful effects of secondhand smoke. 300,000 cases of bronchitis and pneumonia among infants and children up to the age of 18 months have these illnesses due to the secondhand smoke of those around them. So what can be done to avoid secondhand smoke? Whenever possible, ask smokers to smoke outside your home. Open windows and use fans to ventilate rooms. Don't keep ashtrays in your home. Tell babysitters and other caregivers not to smoke around your children, even if it's in their own home. If visiting a smoker's home with your children, try to socialize outside whenever possible. If smoking is allowed where you work, talk to your employer about modifying the company's smoking policy. Overall, ask those who smoke to keep their distance when smoking. And realize, secondhand smoke can cause cancer. Secondhand smoke is very harmful. In the U.S. alone, each year there are hundreds of thousands of problems, an estimated 46,000 deaths from heart disease in people who are currently non-smokers. 34,000 lung cancer deaths as a result of breathing in secondhand smoke, 50,000 to 300,000 lung infections such as pneumonia and bronchitis in children younger than the age of 18 months. This results in 7,000 to 15,000 hospitalization stays annually. Pregnant women who are exposed to secondhand smoke have an increased risk of having low birth weight babies. And it is also found that there are more than almost 750,000 middle ear infections in children. The U.S. Surgeon General has come to some important conclusions. The only way to prevent non-smokers from exposure to secondhand smoke indoors is to prevent smoking that happens in indoor spaces and buildings. Many millions of Americans, both children and adults, are still exposed to secondhand smoke in their homes and workplaces, despite a great deal of progress in tobacco control. Scientific evidence shows us that there is no safe level of exposure to secondhand smoke. Beware of secondhand smoke in all different places, especially at work, in public places, at home, and in the car. Local, state, and federal authorities can enact public policies to protect people from secondhand smoke and protect children from tobacco-caused diseases and addiction. Many U.S. local, state, and even federal governments in some other countries have decided that protecting the health of employees and others in public places is of the utmost importance. The Law for Clean Air Indoor Air Policies has been passed. Detailed information on smoking restrictions in each state is available at the American Lung Association at lungusa.org.
I want to have a baby. Like, what are we gonna do?
Are you expecting?
No.
When you want to have a child or may be pregnant, smoking and pregnancy don't mix.
Smoking during pregnancy. Research has shown that smoking during pregnancy causes health problems for both mothers and babies, such as pregnancy complications, premature birth, low birth weight infants, stillbirth, sudden infant death syndromes. The woman who smokes during her pregnancy has an increased risk for ectopic pregnancy, miscarriage, and premature birth. Effects caused on your fetus. Reduced oxygen supply due to carbon monoxide and nicotine, retarded growth and development, increased risk of cleft lip and cleft palate, increased heart rate and distribution of the baby's breathing movements in the womb due to the effects of nicotine. There can also be several problems with breastfeeding. The chemicals in the cigarette can pass from mother to baby through the breast milk. Smoking reduces the amount of vitamin C in breast milk. Smoking can reduce milk production. Smoking during pregnancy can impair a child's health for years to come. Health effects may include decreased lung function, higher incidence of asthma, low birth weight, which is linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and being overweight in adulthood. Women should stop smoking when pregnant. Please seek medical attention if you or someone you know has been smoking while pregnant, and quit.